Paramedics, what's the most impossible choice you've had to make on duty? I was working a 24-hour shift when we got the call at 3:17 a.m. Multiple vehicle collision, Highway 16, possible entrapment. My partner and I arrived first on scene to find a minivan crushed between two semi-trucks. The fog was so thick I could barely see my own hands. Through the shattered window, I spotted a woman pinned in the driver's seat, conscious but bleeding heavily. In the back, 3 children in car seats were screaming. The oldest couldn't have been more than 5. The truck behind them was leaking fuel, and the smell was overpowering. "We have to get them out now," my partner shouted over the chaos. "That fuel reaches the engine. We've got minutes, maybe seconds." I squeezed through the broken passenger window. The woman grabbed my arm with surprising strength. "Save my babies first," she pleaded. Her legs were completely crushed under the dashboard. Getting her out would take the jaws of life, which our backup hadn't arrived with yet. I radioed dispatch. "Need fire and additional ambulances stat. Potential explosion risk." The response came back garbled. The storm had knocked out communications. The fuel was pooling faster. I could get the children out one by one, but it would take precious minutes we didn't have. Or I could try to free the mother, but that meant leaving the children strapped in with fuel now seeping into the vehicle. The mother's eyes locked with mine. She whispered, "I'm not going to make it. We both know that. Please." I made my choice. I unstrapped the first child, then the second, handing them through the window to my partner. As I reached for the third, the smallest, an infant still asleep somehow, the mother grabbed my hand. "Her name is Lily," she said. "Tell her every day how much her mommy loved her." I nodded, unable to speak. As I lifted Lily from her car seat, the mother slipped something into the baby's blanket, her wedding ring. Just as we cleared 50 feet from the vehicle, the spark hit. The explosion knocked us to the ground. I curled my body around Lily, protecting her from the debris and heat wave. When I looked back, there was nothing but flames. The children were miraculously unharmed physically. The oldest, a boy named James, kept asking when mommy was coming. "She's still helping people," was all I could say. At the hospital, a nurse took down their information. The father was deployed overseas. The mother had been driving them to her parents' house when she took a wrong turn in the fog. 3 days later, I attended her funeral in uniform. The father, now back on emergency leave, approached me afterward. "They told me you chose to save my children first," he said, voice breaking. "She would have wanted that. But how do I tell them their mother burned alive while they were saved?" I had no answer. A month later, I received a letter. Inside was a crayon drawing of 4 stick figures, 3 small, 1 tall, in what looked like my uniform. At the bottom, in an adult's handwriting, "James wanted you to have this. He says you're his hero. I'm trying to forgive you for following my wife's wishes. Some days I can, some days I can't. But my children are alive because of you." I keep that drawing in my locker. Every shift, before I head out, I look at it and remember. Sometimes being a hero means living with the weight of impossible choices. The department psychologist says I made the only decision I could. My PTSD counselor says the same. But at night, I still hear her voice. Tell her how much her mommy loved her. I've been sober for 6 months now. The nightmares haven't stopped, but I'm back on duty. Last week, we had another vehicle extraction. My new partner didn't understand why I was shaking so badly I could barely hold the equipment. Yesterday, I ran into the father at the grocery store. The kids have grown. Lily, now 3, has her mother's eyes. She doesn't remember anything, of course. James, now 8, recognized me immediately. He ran up and hugged my legs. "You saved us from the fire," he said simply. His father and I exchanged a look over the boy's head. A look that contained grief, gratitude, resentment, and understanding, all at once. I don't know if I made the right choice that night. I only know it was the only choice I could live with. And some days, that has to be enough. Sometimes the weight of saving lives isn't in who you couldn't save, but in having to choose who to save first.